What's up, gang? Welcome back to Pretty Girl Gang TV, where we do nothing but conduct pretty girl business. It's your girl Jeanina here, and I am back with another video for you guys. And in today's video, Haus Labs by Lady Gaga dropped a foundation, and I have been waiting for this drop, girl, so you know I had to pick it up and test it for you guys. This is the Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. Now, if you guys want to see how that wears, keep on watching. Get into it, girl. This packaging, you guys know I love the packaging, so I'm gonna show you guys the packaging. Let's start with the packaging. This bottle, you guys, is giving me hourglass a little bit. Also has the Haus H imprint there. But let me tell you guys something. This bottle is super heavy, so keep that in mind. It's definitely glass. I don't think it's a plastic. I definitely think this is glass. It's super duper heavy, so I'm saying keep that in mind, because if you want to travel or perhaps take this somewhere with you, I don't know, this has to weigh a good 1, maybe 2 pounds, girl. Like maybe 2 pounds. It's very weighted, very heavy, very luxurious, super luxurious. And it also comes with a pump. Now I'm gonna give you guys some specs on it. Okay, I did write it down here on a piece of paper, so I'm looking down at my specs here. So it retails for $45. It comes in 51 shades, and let me just say this, I was super impressed with the shades. I feel like there was a lot of shades for the brown girls. There was so many shades, girl. I was overwhelmed with what shade to pick. So I did use the Sephora shade finder, because in our last foundation video, girl, with Lancome, the Sephora shade finder did me good. Okay, so I decided to use the Sephora shade finder again, and I used it 3 times with 3 different foundations this time, and it gave me this same shade. So we will talk about that. But I will say the 51 shades was just impressive to me. It had so many shades that the brown girls could use. Girl, like, I was impressed. So I'm giving Haus Labs that, okay, inclusivity, we're here for it. Medium coverage, weightless, clean foundation with fermented arnica that reduces redness, evens skin tone, and protects from environmental stress. Now, another foundation that had arnica in it, correct me if I'm wrong, girl, I believe we tested it out and it was the Kosas. They had arnica in it as well. I'm wondering what these brands are recognizing in arnica for skincare. Now, I know if you're a surgery girl like me, girl, I've had some surgeries. Arnica is typically for bruising and swelling. It did say redness. It can reduce redness as well. So I guess that is what a fermented arnica can do in skincare and foundations. I have no idea, but this is like the second foundation that we've come across to have arnica in it. So is that the new wave, girl, or what? It's also supposed to be a natural finish, and I actually picked up the shade 425 medium deep neutral, okay? Because I'm telling y'all, like, she had such a huge range of neutrals, warms, and all that. I used the shade tool, the Sephora shade finder, like I said, and it gave me this neutral. Now, you guys know, if you guys watch my channel, typically I can do a warm. Most of the time I gravitate towards warm, just because I feel like I'm more of a golden yellow undertone, but I can also do neutrals as well, okay? So very, very excited about that. I'm gonna pump a little bit out here. On the brush, it is looking like a pretty good color, but this will be the real test here. Girl, okay. So, I think it's a good match, but I am worried it could be a tad bit too light. So again, this is 425 medium deep neutral. For those of you who are skin twins, I feel like it's okay. I think we can work with it. Primer, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Pure Canvas. I think we should start out with 1 pump. So I'm just gonna pump 1 pump out there. And it is kind of watery to my surprise, you guys. So that's the consistency there. It's definitely watery for a medium coverage, but we'll see how that goes. I'm just gonna dot some dots on the bottom half of our face. I'm gonna buff it out with my Morphe brush here. Yeah, it's very, very thin. And it's definitely weightless. The texture feels, I don't know. It makes me want to touch my face. It feels like it's already dried down. But there's nothing transferring on my hand there. It feels like it's already dry. Oh my god, how odd, how strange. Like I can't even explain to you guys how it feels. So it feels like it's low-key dried down. It's very weightless. I can't feel anything on my skin, and it doesn't feel as wet as it looks. It kind of feels like a velvety finish, yet it has a natural type of glow. I don't know, girl. How strange. Okay, so that definitely didn't cover the entire face, so I'm gonna go on with another pump. But it definitely did cover some things here. So I have hyperpigmentation, I have acne. I don't really have any active acne except for one pimple right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's pretty big, but it's like underneath the skin. I have a few deep, dark hyperpigmentation marks here because my skin's been doing good this week. So I feel like I don't need a lot of makeup, but girl, like this, okay, we're gonna use another pump for the top half of our face, and we'll see what's going on here. I'm just gonna dip straight in with the brush. I definitely didn't need that other pump. Probably could have used a half a pump. But girl, this foundation, it's called the Triclone Skin Tech. Okay, it's definitely giving me skin. It definitely feels like my skin. I can tell you that. Shade wise, I feel like I would have looked a little better with a warm shade, because I just feel like the neutral in this foundation is a little bit too neutral. It's like it's pulling a little gray for me, and I feel like my face is falling a little flat. So I feel like in this foundation I need to choose another shade, but I can actually make this work, to be honest with you. So I feel like the shade is good. I would just prefer a more warmer shade. But y'all, like, I can't even, girl, my mind is blown. I can't even talk. Okay, so you guys saw how like just wet the foundation was. It's just wet. Okay, if you guys didn't see that on camera, it's very wet, it's very runny. It's definitely giving medium coverage. I mean, I feel like it pretty much covered up my entire face. But like I said, I'm pretty good this week with my acne. I don't really have a lot going on. But girl, I can't explain the finish of this foundation. Like, it's a natural finish, but it feels like it's already dry. Like it feels like maybe it's a bouncy, velvety finish. I'm not so sure. I feel like this will definitely hold up if you're an oily girl. I feel like oily girls would really appreciate something like this, because I'm a naturally oily girl, and I feel like this foundation would last on me. Like, I'm not gonna do a wear test in this video, but I just feel like, you know how you can just gauge and you can just feel it? I just feel like this foundation would last. It definitely feels like it's already dried down and kind of like mixed in and adhered to my skin. It's just very, very strange, okay? It does have the natural finish. Okay. Okay, Haus Labs. I'm impressed. Period. Okay, so I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup on camera just so we can see if this foundation plays well with all of my regular and some new products, because I have been testing out some new products here. The first new product being the Sephora Best Skin Ever Concealer. You guys, I am in love with this concealer. I have not put this concealer down yet. So I'm going to use a little bit of this concealer, and I am going to use a beauty blender, okay? Y'all know I'm a brush girl, but lately I've been using the beauty blender, okay? Especially when it comes under my eyes and just kind of blending my makeup, girl. I'm evolving, okay? I'm becoming a good makeup girl. You know what I like about the Sephora Best Skin Ever Concealer? I just love the color. You see how yellow the color is? I feel like, especially with this neutral, it's definitely gonna save us in the long run. I feel like the shade that I have in this shade, what shade is this so I can tell you guys? It's 33.5Y. I feel like this is a really good shade for me. So if you're my shade twin girl, like this is a really good shade, especially if you like a really yellow bright under eye. Also gonna use the other side of my beauty blender, the flat side, and I'm gonna go into the Huda Beauty Easy Bake in the color Blondie. And I'm just going to push some powder in there. Next, I'm gonna bronze, and what determines what bronzer I'm gonna use is the foundation. So this foundation is more of a soft, I feel like, natural finish, and I feel like it would mesh really well with the cream bronzer. So I'm gonna use the LYS bronzer in the shade Strength. I've been testing this out lately. This is the color. It's very, very soft and smooth. I love that. But I feel like they messed up with this color. I feel like this color should be a little bit warmer. So what I do is I'll use it first, and then I'll set it with another warmer bronzer, just a little bit. And I'm gonna show you guys how I do that. You see that color? I feel like it's not warm enough. I feel like they could have made this color a little bit more red toned or something where it's a little bit warmer. I feel like it's giving me kind of a contour color, but I really like the formula of this. It's very smooth, it's very soft. It just goes on so well. See how well that blended, girl? It just blended out so good. I'm gonna add a little bit more up here. Just a little bit more. It blends out so good. It's so creamy. It's so nice. I just wish they made the color a little bit more warmer with like a little bit of red or something in it. I just feel like it's not as bronzy as it should be. And like I said, I am going to use another bronzer on top. It's a matte bronzer. I'm just going to kind of set it just to get a little bit more of that warmth. And this is the ColourPop, the matte bronzer. It's in the color Pacific Beach. That's how that looks there. And it's just a little bit more of a red tone. You see that? Just a little bit more of a red tone, and I feel like it just gives me more of a bronze snatch look versus the LYS's bronzer. Like, don't get me wrong, I love that bronzer. I love the formula. I just wish it was a little bit more on the red side, because that's what I need. I need to be bronzed, honey. Okay, see how the makeup just came together when we set it, girl, with the other bronzer? It just looks, it's coming together. So I'm gonna use some blush as well from my favorite Barbados palette from Stilazi. And I think I'm gonna go with this wine color. I feel like I haven't wore that color brush in a minute. Normally I'm an orange blush girl or a pink blush, but we're gonna try something a little bit different today. And I feel like I want to top it as well with kind of a like shimmery one. So I'll probably choose this darker one here. And we'll see what that does. Give it a little shimmer, give it a little shine. Ooh, look at that. You see that? Girl, give it a little shimmer, give it a little shine. Same old with the mascara. I'm gonna use Merit Beauty's mascara just to prep my lashes, because I am gonna put some falsies on. Girl, we have to talk, okay? Clearly, I'm not finished getting dressed yet. I just finished my face. I put my lashes on, a little ColourPop lippy, and some lip liner. However, we need to talk about this foundation, okay? I just took my dog out and I let a huge, disgusting fly in. So if you see him flying around, girl, that's him. I can't even believe there's still flies. It's getting cooler. Normally they're gone, but for some reason they're still here. So if you see him flying around, don't mind him, girl. I will get him later, but girl, we have to talk about this foundation. Now, I am going to do a video probably in the next 2 days about foundations that are in my rotation for the fall and winter. This might end up on it, okay? Depending on how this wears today, because I am going somewhere and I'm pretty much going to wear this foundation pretty much all day today. Depending on how this wears, y'all, this foundation might end up on my current faves for fall and winter, because I just feel like this is a perfect foundation for the fall or winter. I also feel like it's perfect for the summer too. Like I said, it dries down, like it looks very natural and a little bit like on the shiny side, but I promise you it's not. I promise you it's not dewy or any type of like wet feeling. I just feel like this is really good for all skin types. I mean, especially the dry girls, because it does have a comfortable feeling. But I also feel like it's going to be really good for the oily girls as well, because like I said, it for me, like it's just drying down as like kind of a, I don't even know if it's velvety matte, but it just feels like it dried down. It doesn't feel like it's slipping, sliding all over my face. Like, girl, let me tell you something. It's been a while since I've been impressed about a foundation, okay? But I will say that I'm definitely impressed. Definitely. Okay, this formula, this skin tech foundation, Triclone skin tech trifecta, girl, it is the bomb. Like $45, yes. Okay, take my money, definitely worth it. The shade ended up working with the concealer. I feel like with a yellow concealer, at least for me, it just turned out really good. Even though I feel like that shade, it's neutral, but I feel like it was a little bit too neutral for me. I mean, that's probably the only complaint that I have, was that the shade, it was neutral, but it was really, really neutral. Normally, I feel like with foundations, the neutrals, they're not so neutral, you know what I mean? But this one was so neutral, but I ended up saving it with the concealer. I still like the shade match though, okay? So 425 medium deep, I feel like can definitely work. If you're a skin twin, if you wear the same shades that I do in foundation, I feel like that'll definitely work. But for me personally, I want something a little bit more warmer and on the golden side. So I will be going back to Sephora, girl, and trying out some more shades, okay? In that range with a warm undertone, because I feel like I'm not even gonna swap it out. I'm gonna definitely keep the shade that I have, because I feel like the warmer tone can be more of a shade for the summer. Like, that's how much I love this foundation, girl. Like, this foundation is $45 and I'm about to buy another one because it's really, really good. And like I said, it's very weightless, it's comfortable, and y'all, like, I don't know if y'all can see, I don't know if y'all can really see what I'm seeing like in person. Like, it looks very filtered and flawless and smooth. The finish is just outrageous to me. It's just smooth. It looks like I have a filter on my face. It really does. It looks like the smooth tool from Facetune, girl. Like, it's just really, really smooth. I love the natural finish. I love that it's just weightless. I don't feel anything on my skin. Oh, and I actually didn't mention the fragrance. So it doesn't have a fragrance either. So if you're one of those girls who do not like fragrance in foundations, this definitely doesn't have a fragrance. Girl, okay, listen. Gaga did her thing, girl. She did her thing. She did her research. I'm loving this formula. Like, this is making me want to try more Haus products, okay? Like, if you guys tried any more Haus Labs products, let me know. I'm probably going to end up shopping around for some products. Maybe even get the powder, girl, okay? Because I really, really like this foundation. And like I said, it's been a long time since brands really impressed me with the foundation, but I'm definitely impressed with this foundation. Okay, so if you guys like this video, don't forget to give me a like, subscribe to the channel, girl, and when you do subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time the gang posts a video. Okay, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.